Hi guys, it's Federica, your Montessori trilingual mama. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk to you about something you can do at home to help your children feel more successful and more independent in their everyday life. Today, we talk about the prepared environment. Dr. Maria Montessori said, education is a natural process carried out by the child and is not acquired by listening to words but by experiences in the environment. Another quote by Maria Montessori, the first aim of the prepared environment is, as far as possible, to render the growing child independent of the adult. With a few simple changes in your home, you can completely transform yours and your children's everyday lives for the better. So what is the prepared environment? This is an important component of the Montessori pedagogy. We prepare the environment to allow for independence. By preparing the environment, we give the child what they need to be successful. If you think about our homes, they are planned and built for adults. They are huge if you see them from the point of view of a baby or a toddler. Try getting down at their level. If you kneel down in the middle of your kitchen, what can you see? What can you reach? If you do the same in the space you have set up for your child to play in, what can you see? What can you reach? Does the space feel inviting and pleasing? Can you actually see the pretty flowers in the pretty vase in the middle of the dining table? Can you appreciate the beautiful artwork on the living room wall if you kneel down at your child's level? It can be extremely frustrating to spend the majority of your time in an environment that wasn't built for you, that is not easy to navigate and definitely not user-friendly if you are 3 years old or even a baby or a younger child. Imagine being thirsty and having to ask for a drink all the time and not being able to reach the cup and just get a drink for yourself. Or imagine the frustration of being told what to wear every time. Or last but not least, imagine the frustration of having to go to the toilet and knowing that you have to ask before you can do that. Wouldn't it be much better if you could do all of this independently without the help of other people? Wouldn't you feel more successful and more accomplished if you were able to do that alone? The same goes for our children. If they can feel independent and successful, they feel happier. You will notice that if you allow the success, that independence to happen, your children will have less meltdowns, there will be less fights in your home, and it all starts from having a house that is prepared for them, an environment that is ready for them. So today we talk about the prepared environment, and I'm going to take you on a small tour of my home. I don't live in a big house. My husband and I live in 3 bedrooms at the moment, and it is small, and we made it happen. So it doesn't matter where you live, you can make it happen too. What you will see also, we don't have fancy things. Most of the things we have come from dollar shops, Kmart here in Australia, Target Australia. I bought a few things online. I have a few materials that are really, really good and I invested a little bit of money on, but a lot of the other things that we own are DIY or very, very cheap. So if someone tells you that Montessori is expensive, it's only for the elite, for the rich people in town, well, do not believe them, please. Everybody can be a Montessori family. You just need to be a little bit more creative if you can't spend those $300 on a material. If you can't afford it, you don't have to buy it. You can find a way to make it happen anyway with what you have around you. So let me take you on a tour. You will see different spaces in my home, and then I will come back to you at the end before we go. The first area I want to show you is in our living room and is the baby movement area. We have a 3-month-old My Julia was born in March this year, So what you can see in this video, we have a few mobiles. That's a play gym, an activity gym that I set up with the octahedron mobile that I bought online, and just behind it is the Gobi mobile. I will make a video on the mobiles soon, and you can see how I decided to hang the mobile on the wall. There is a mirror at the child's height, so she can see her reflection when she's moving or playing in a movement area. I also have a rug, a soft area for her to lie on. Just behind it is a small shelf with a few materials. They're very simple at this age, and as I said to you before, we don't own anything too fancy. There's a few rattles, there's a book with black and white images, a soft book, a few balls, and that is about it. Now she's 3 months old now, and we haven't even used all of them yet. So this is our baby movement area in our living room. In the baby movement area, we also normally have a topponcino. If you're interested in knowing what a topponcino is, just leave a comment down in the comment box. I am happy to make a video about it. This is a topponcino that one of my best friends made for me when I was pregnant with Julia, with my second daughter, and we love it. And now that she's 3 months old, we don't use it as much anymore. She's becoming a little bit more independent and she doesn't need it as much. But we were loving it for the very first few weeks after birth. The next space I want to show you is our entryway. This space in our home is set up in the laundry because that is where we have the door that leads to the garage, and that is where we go out from when we leave in the morning or when we come back home every day. We don't ever use the main entrance in our home. So as you can see, what I set up for my daughter is just a basket with a few choices of shoes. She can choose whatever is in that basket, nothing else. So you prepare the environment for her. She feels confident, she can choose whatever is in there, but you have given her a limited set of choices. So whatever she chooses, it's fine. There is a small table with a few items in a basket. What I have at the moment is a brush, sunglasses, a few tissues and sunscreen. So tissues so she can go and blow her nose here during the day. Then what you see here is our visual routine. I prepared this because it was getting very, very hard to get my daughter to get ready and out of the door in the morning. So in here she can visually see what she needs to get done before going out. Things like going to the bathroom, brush your teeth, get ready, put your hat on, prepare water, put your shoes on. There is a mirror so she can see herself while getting ready, and a small chair. Just in front of that space I just showed you, there is a space for my daughter to hang her things. So at the moment she has her bag, her school bag, she's going to kinder. It's winter in Australia, so there is a jacket and a hat. In summer there will be a sun hat and probably nothing else. So it is important that you change and adjust the space depending on the season you're in or depending on the weather, so that whatever your child finds in that space, they can use. The next space is our bathroom. We have 2 bathrooms in this house. This is the downstairs one and it's tiny. So all there is space for is the learning tower that you can see on the right hand side. Our learning tower, as you can see from this picture, has been used a lot. It isn't brand new anymore because my daughter loves it. She used that learning tower for basically everything in the home. She is even dragging her learning chair now from the bathroom to the kitchen if she needs something from higher cupboards in the kitchen. So the learning tower is something I would say you have to buy if you want to have an environment that is actually prepared and ready for the child to use. It's one of the few items I would suggest you buy. The other thing you see in this picture is just some steps for the toilet so that she can go to the toilet independently. She's now 3 years old and she is completely independent. She doesn't need to ask for help when she goes to the toilet. And the only other thing you can see in this picture is there's a lower hook for her hand towel. So there is one higher up that is for us, for the adults, and one for her right at the bottom. So a very simple space to set up. Next, one of my favorite spaces in our home is the reading corner. It's in our living room, just opposite the baby movement area I showed you before. Again, nothing too fancy. It's just, there's a rug, a soft area, and we normally spend a lot of time playing with materials, using materials on this rug. There is a small armchair, a soft one, again from Kmart here in Australia. A few cushions I got from IKEA. And this is where she spends a lot of time reading. Another item that you can see is her bookshelf. I love this bookshelf, and you can see it right behind me as well in this talk. There are only a selection of a few books that I always have out for her, and I rotate them. So it's not too cluttered, there are not too many choices. The books we tend to choose are books that are not fantasy, so they show her the world for what it really is. So to make it clear, we do own a few books where there are talking animals or fantasy characters, but we try not to put them out. If she asks for them, we do put them out, otherwise they stay in the storage. The other thing is we, as you probably know, are a trilingual family, so we have books in English, Italian and Japanese out most of the time. At the moment, we don't have any Japanese out, and that is okay because we constantly rotate them so that our daughter has always a selection of different books and she doesn't lose interest. Just beside the baby movement area in our living room is another small corner. That is a small table and chair. It's an IKEA table with 2 chairs, and there I hang some artwork low at my daughter's height so that she can appreciate the art. In the past few months, my daughter has been really interested in dinosaurs. She's actually obsessed with dinosaurs. So the artwork you see in this picture is about dinosaurs. So we try and follow our child, whatever she's interested in, we try and have some stimuli for her. And she loves this poster. This poster was from Etsy, very cheap. I think it was on sale, I paid $4 for this poster. So again, it doesn't have to be expensive. This next photo is the table we were using before moving to the higher table when my daughter was really, really young. When she started sitting by herself, she was using that chair with that small table that is not actually a table, it's just a tray. One of those trays that you normally put on the bed. And she loved it. It was really, really good. And I think I paid about $8 for this. Next is my daughter's bedroom. As you can see, she has a floor bed. It's an IKEA floor bed that I just decorated with her with some stickers. She chose the stickers, she put them on, she was really proud of it. I obviously helped her. And in the corner next to this bed, she has a low wardrobe that I made myself, just buying some shelves at IKEA again. I put a hanging rod to hang some clothes. So again, she doesn't have many choices of clothes, so that whatever is on the shelves, she can choose. It's appropriate for the season and it's okay for her to wear. The next space I want to show you is our bathroom upstairs. It's a much bigger bathroom. And this is the setup we have for our daughter. This is where she washes her hands, where she can look at herself in the mirror, and where she brushes her teeth. In this picture, I have a stool just to show you how you could set it up. She is tall enough now to reach without that stool. So we are not using that stool for that sink anymore, but she's using that stool now to reach our sink, the big one. that she's using much more than this small one now that she's 3. So I just put this picture here to show you what we were using when she was a little bit younger and what we will use again when my second daughter Julia is old enough. And here is our cat coming to say hello. The very last space I want to show you is my daughter's functional kitchen that is in our kitchen. This is my daughter's functional kitchen. It's in our kitchen area. As you can see, there is a rug. This is the IKEA kitchen, and what I've done with it is I have replaced the plastic stoves with a chopping board. I have replaced the fake water tap with a functioning tap, so that this is where she gets her water during the day, if she needs a drink, if she needs to wash her hands. Underneath, this is how it works. It's just a jug with some water. If you decide to do this, don't put too much water in it. This is also where we keep her snacks, and she can access this anytime during the day. And next to it, just something for her to set up the table at lunch or dinner. There is a tea towel for her to dry any spills or dry her hands, and just some hand soap. On the side of the kitchen, there's an apron, a small apron for her, and a dustpan and a brush for her to clean up. So this is our functional kitchen. I hope you enjoyed the tour of our house and the different prepared environment we have in our spaces. So let me tell you something that to me is essential, not only in a Montessori home, but in any home. An environment where the child is free to explore and where the child is given the tools to be successful is a happy environment. Allow the child to explore and at the same time know that they are safe in the environment that you have prepared for them. By preparing a beautiful environment specifically curated for your children, they will feel that their needs are considered, that they are considered in your family, and that they have an important place in your home. In our home, we don't have a big outside area, so I am not going to show you what we have outside at the moment, but some ideas of what you could prepare for your children outside are some pots, some beautiful plants that you and your children could be watering together, maybe plant some seeds, some vegetables if you have a vegetable garden. You could also have a wheelbarrow. My daughter used to love it when we had one. So these are just some nice ideas. If you have a lot of space in your garden, it could also be nice to have some sport equipment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video on this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like what I do. You can find me on Instagram as Montessori Trilingual Mama. Don't forget to follow me.